Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Cindy Daychuck with Queen Bee Creations, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of a thrift flip with this pizza wheel. Now, these kinds of things are actually around here not that hard to find. I mean, you're not finding them in the thrift stores every week, but I'd say every 2 to 3 months I do see one or two. So I like to pick them up because I think they're really versatile with some design options. And I think if you are going to be doing markets and things, these come in handy, especially as it relates to like Christmas and the whole wreath idea. I think you've got a lot of options in being able to use this as a decor piece, right? With the bow, hanging. It's already got the little hook there if you want to be able to use the tie, but you can also insert around here so that it can hang. But it's also a great, just lean at the back of a buffet right against the wall and have some display in front of it. Now, first things first, of course, is we want to get this sanded down. It's got grease and oil all over it. It was well used. So I'm gonna get it sanded off and wiped down before we come back to start our project, painting, all that kind of fun stuff. You don't need to watch me sand because you know what it looks like? It's just dusty, it's messy, I got a mask on. It is what it is. I have this all sanded down and I've picked the side that I like best. Neither side is perfect, and that's okay. But just so you know, it took me 3 discs to be able to sand this down to get it where I couldn't feel any of the oil because it gummed up all of the paper. So I was using 100 grit and it just gummed all of that up. And that's typical when you have something like this that has a very oily feel to it. Expect that. Now, to use this for my project, I want to add a little bit of color, but I don't want major color on it yet. So I've mixed up a little bit of a wash. So this is a little bit of bayberry from Fusion with a whack of water. And you could use an acrylic paint, you could use any paint. But I am doing it just from the standpoint of, I still want to be able to see some of that wood through there for this. This isn't the final finish, but I just want to get a little bit of this on. And I had this wash made up. It was starting to dry out, so I just added more water to it. From a different project. And I just thought I would use the same one. So you can see how little paint that we need for this. I'm just gonna get this done and let it dry, and then we'll come back for the next painting stuff. Now, I am going to be adding more things on top, and I want them to stand out a little bit more than just simply on the green background. So I do want to do a little dry brushing of white, and here I'm using Fusion Casement. Now, you could use any white. I'm just telling you what I'm using, but that's because that's what I've got. I'm using a chip brush because I like the irregularity of the bristles for doing something like dry brushing where I don't want full coverage. So for this, I'm not looking to take it over the entire piece. I want to build the finish up because I'm gonna want it a little whiter, whiter in the center and less so toward the edges, but I want that kind of two-toning effect, and it is just so much easier to build it slowly than to kind kind of start too heavy because you can't take it back. So now that I've got some down, what I'm going to do is kind of go from the center up and out so that the center may get a little heavier, but the edges don't. And I'm not necessarily going a lot heavier than this even, so I'm just about there. So I just lightly now want to take it a little bit out so that it's kind of got some consistency happening out to the edges, but you can see that it's very faint. All right, and that's it. That's all I'm doing with that. A little more toward the bottom. So you can see how little paint that I used on it. I'm just kind of using my brush right now to get edges a little bit. And I'm done with that. So, dead easy so far. Okay, next piece. I have the Wreath Builder stamp from Fusion, and I have black, this was coffee, it dried out, now it's black. My black ink pad. I use tons of ink pads and I just label them, and I just juiced it up too so that I have lots in it. And I want to roughly go from the center down, and you could not eyeball this but measure it if you wanted. I could have, maybe I should have, we'll see how it goes, but this isn't my finish. I still have more coming. I'm using this as my base. All right, so next I'm going to do that piece, and I'm going to finish the circle with the stamp. Before I go breaking into, you know, any of new IOD product releases and things, I am looking to just kind of go through all of my old ones and start cutting out greenery and pieces that I can maybe use for this project without having to open a new one. Just because if you're like me, look at all the past ones I have, right? Like, I'm kind of going, I need to use this up. So I'm looking at what I have. I'm going to cut up pieces to see how they work together. You're just not going to work at all. And then we'll come back and we'll start the next step. But I'm just cutting apart old pieces and seeing. Now, you could skip putting the stamp on. You could just lightly pencil in a circle and take some of your old greenery and just simply do a wreath shape around that. That would work. I'm just kind of playing with how this is all going to play out ultimately. So, you know, these big long garlands are too big for my project. And when I started, I wasn't sure, quite honestly, if I had a lot of little pieces or if they were all big and how that would work. So I don't have a lot of the little pieces that I thought that I did. I have a lot of big pieces. So I'm going with that and seeing how that's going to work out for me. But I have pulled berries and pine cones and things as well. And we'll see where that takes us. I'm just cutting these to roughly kind of go around and potentially use this as a base. So, you know, there's going to be gaps, but I have other things that I can use to fill that in. But I have to just roughly cut this out, see how these pieces go. So I'm going to continue to kind of do this and see where that takes me. As a start, these 4 pieces seem to anchor my project. So I'm going to commit to the first piece. And get it on. And that will give me a good idea of how this looks over our board. Hopefully it looks good because there's no taking it back. Once it's on, it's on. There's no take backs. Okay, actually, I like how that looks on there. So I'm gonna get these other 3 pieces on before we then start looking at adding more. Okay, so got the base piece on, but I had some lifting of some of the paint. So what I am gonna do is I'm going to just take a quick little coating of top coat, and I'm gonna top coat all of it so that this all gets sealed down, so that when I try and overlay over here to mask this, that I'm not gonna run into the same problem because this is sealed. And this happens occasionally. It's not unusual on a piece like this because just because I sanded a lot doesn't mean I got all the oils. So we're just gonna do that, leave it to dry overnight, and then tomorrow start putting on more of our transfers. Okay, this has had a chance to dry, and just because when we closed out, I was holding up tough coat, but this is in gloss, and I actually wanted this to have a matte finish. So I did switch it out to Ultra Guard by Fusion, which I happen to have open in a flat finish, and I like it that way. So that's perfect. Really what's next is taking some of these elements, so you know, some of the berries and those kinds of things, and starting to put them into spots so that you know, I can fill in some of the spaces a little bit. And that's kind of, you know, I can overlay as well. So don't think that you just have to go around things. I can overlay. So, you know, I can put these on top of other transfers as well. And that becomes important. So, you know, if I decide to add those in, which I kind of think are cool, if I have enough, you know, might be able to add some details. So I'm just going to kind of cut apart and put things in some places and see how they look, and put those down as well. See, look how well that goes over top. It creates kind of like a seamless little finish, and it's just as easy. And this covered up, this is where we had the paint that had lifted, and it covered it up perfectly. So you'd never know. And just like that. Okay, just more. This is the finished board. Let me turn it around to give you a look. And you can see, like, those extra leaves and adding some berries and acorns and pine cones, just kind of picked it up and helped fill it out and expand it out a little bit. I acknowledge that the stamped wreath has totally disappeared. I could have just drawn a circle. But when I was first starting, I was envisioning having like a bigger stamped wreath and then smaller boughs kind of filling it out so that it would be, you would see both. It didn't work out that way relative to what pieces of transfer I still had available, and that's why I switched. But I still think it's a cute idea, what was in my head. I just think this is also lovely. And I love having the green wash and then the little bit of white over it. It's almost like kind of snow dusting. So really all that's left is to kind of just decorate the top a little bit, right? That we want to have some greenery up there. We want to have a ribbon tied. So, you know, I kind of pulled green and red and, you know, one that's kind of both to be able to just, I'm just going to tie a bow. So nothing, you know, revolutionary there. And I'm just thinking that I may kind of just hang that as well. I just want to have it high enough that it doesn't kind of mask everything. So I'm thinking this one kind of works for me. I like it. And I'm going to loosely wire this on and then just tie the bow around it. Might add a couple of berries and then we call it done. Okay, this is our finished little project. Now, I love these little pizza paddles because they lend themselves so well to anything that looks remotely like a wreath. They just are perfect for Christmas. I mean, you could put any kind of saying in here, happy holidays, joy, Noel, whatever you want. If you wanted, you could leave it blank. Super simple little bow on top. Just tie it high enough up the handle because you have lots of handle to be able to see your work down here. As I said, originally I had been planning on doing the stamping and then having some greenery coming out using some of the transfers. And so you'd see both. But because my greenery was so big, there was no way that that was going to happen. In which case, plan ahead more than I did. And if your greenery that you've got, you know, pieces left over, these were pieces from like 3 different transfers, past Christmas transfers, a lot that were just, you know, bits and pieces sometimes. So, you know, don't let your old transfers languish. You don't have to pull out new ones. Sometimes the old ones will work to create something new. Let me know what you think of this one. Let me know if you're going to look for a pizza paddle. I think they're called a pizza peel. I don't know why, but I think they are. And let me know what your thoughts are. Love to hear from you as always. Looking forward to see you on the next one. Can't even talk now. It's Friday. Take care.